but I'm so ready to also not believe whatever these stories are that you found.
Let's get straight into 7 stories of people.
Throw me in. Yeah. Throw me in a deep end, mate.
As I did with the last, the paradoxes bit, I'm not going to read all of them, all right? Because
okay, so why
7 stories?
Why mention 7?
Well, it's
I've got 7 stories. You'll hear a few of them.
Look, I have to be honest for the purpose of transparency and honesty here. It's just because the article is titled 7 Stories of People Who Believe They Have Time Traveled. So
okay.
So we're not gonna go straight into all 7, but oh heck, you best believe we're gonna tap on a few.
I was born ready.
Yeah, right. Let's just get straight into it.
Absolutely, let's go.
I would like to preface all of this with, it's just all bullshit, right? Surely.
Right, so they haven't actually.
No. These are legit, right? As in,
right.
People say it's happened, but I just don't. Okay, we'll just get into it, right?
Okay.
So the first one we're going to go with it's called the Mobily Jourdain incident. Okay,
classic Mobily Jourdain.
And I'm just gonna read this as quick as possible, right? In 1901, 2 English women, Anne Mobily and Eleanor Jourdain, took a vacation to France. Okay. While they were there, they visited the Palace of Versailles. And this isn't me adding it, this is just on the article, because that's what one does when one visits France.
I hate this article.
I hate it. Yeah,
already,
I hate it
immediately.
Yeah, kill it. Okay, while they were at Versailles, they visited what's known as the Petit Trianon, a little chateau on the palace grounds that Louis... Right, I'm going to get this wrong. What is it in Roman numerals? XVI.
10.
Louis
plus a
the
5.
10th?
Plus a 1.
Oh, no, shit. Yeah.
16.
Louis the 16th? Is that a person?
Sounds like too
right,
many.
Fuck it. We're just going with Louis, all right?
Okay.
The palace grounds that Louis, whatever, gave to Marie Antoinette, all right? As a private space for her to hang out and do whatever it was that a teenage queen did when she was relaxing back then. Kill this article.
This feels like too much extra info, but I'm going with it.
But while they were there, they claimed they saw some odd occurrences. They say they spotted people wearing anachronistic clothing, heard mysterious voices, and saw buildings and other structures that were no longer present, and indeed hadn't existed since the late 1700s. Finally, they said, they caught sight of Marie Antoinette herself.
Was it just
drawing in a sketchbook?
Was it just a museum?
Right, so this is
about Marie Antoinette.
This is the funniest bit about this story. And then it just skips everything. No explanation. And it just says they they claim to have fallen into a time slip. And
what? Why is that where your mind goes?
Just what? Like, honestly, I'm more interested about everything between claiming that you're in a time slip and what you saw, right?
But here's what I think's probably happened there, right?
Yeah, go on.
These 2 women went to Versailles.
Yeah.
And they went to a museum about Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
And they saw some things that were styled like old times.
It sounds like it's that, all right? And actually it says they claim to have fallen into a time slip because they think they were briefly transported back more than 100 years before.
Briefly, of course.
Just to be jolted back to the present by a tour guide.
So
there's no other explanation here. That's it.
I have to know more about this, but I know we never will.
And then it just says, did they really travel back in time? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So
of course
they just think a tour guide brought them back.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I mean,
these people are lunatics.
And also, in this story, it doesn't even mention a tour guide until that point.
Yeah.
It's just,
I feel like it's missing out information that would help us.
Yeah. I mean, so that one, I'm going with a hard, completely not.
Didn't happen. Yeah, I'm got pretty definite not time travel on that one.
Definitely. So here's a second one from this list. All right, the mystery of John Titor. All right,
John Titor.
I want to say I don't know, Titor. All right, I'm going to call him Titor. All right.
Definitely tighter.
Okay, let's go tighter. All right, let's do it. Let's keep it PG. Right.
I'm sure I can, Nick.
My penis is already out my pants, mate. Oh, gosh. Right, John Titor is perhaps the most famous person who claims he's time travelled. Trouble is, no one has heard from him in almost 17 years. Also,
this website was written by like 90-year-olds, wasn't it?
And then it just says, also, he claimed he came from the future. So let's go. We're straight in. Is
that it?
No, that's not. There's more.
Oh,
it just says,
well,
right.
that was going to be it.
The story is long and involved, but the short version is this. In a thread begun in the fall of 2000 about time travel paradoxes on the online forum The Time Travel Institute, now known as Curious Cosmos.
Let's get ourselves on there. Bloody hell.
A user responded to a comment about how a time machine could theoretically be built with the following message. Wow, Paul is right on the money. I was just about to give up hope on anyone knowing who Tipler or Kerr was on this world line. By the way, number 2 is the correct answer, and the basics for time travel start at CERN in about a year and end in 2034 with the first time machine built by GE. Too bad we can't post pictures or I'd show it to you, all right? Bit of a weird, why?
Right.
Why would you, probably bullshit. It just says, the implication, of course, was that the user who was going by the name, this is great, all right, was going by the name time travel _0.
This is like first red flag on this.
Yeah.
If you were a time traveler coming back, why would you have to call yourself time traveler _0?
You don't need to. And also, why would you believe why would you believe someone can time travel 0? Yeah.
Infinitely less believable.
Anyway, he
it.
He claimed that he came from some point in the future during which a machine had been built to time travel. I'm going to burp. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was actually horrible.
Nick, I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, literally, I could feel it in my
I knew you
throat.
were going to do that. Do you know why?
Why?
From 5 minutes in the
time
future.
travel _0. Is that you?
Yeah.
John Titor, is that you?
No, I'm time travel. I'm time traveler _1.
Oh, all right.
There can't be two.
So it's like a
time
community you
travelers
got going.
Yeah, it's growing. There's only 2 of us.
Sick, man.
I don't believe anything those 2 women say from Versailles.
They have an agenda.
They were shunned. They tried to get into the group and they were shunned.
Look, the WhatsApp group?
For coming up with silly ideas like that.
Silly women.
And just undermining this whole operation. Carry on, Nick.
So over the course of many messages spanning from the first thread all the way through to the next year, the user, who became known as John Titor, told his story, basically. He said that he had been sent back to 1975 in order to bring an IBM 5100 computer to his own time. He was stopping in 2000.
Not quite Terminator, is it?
This is the best bit. He was just stopping in 2000 for a brief rest on his way back home. Like, what? What does that mean?
Why
what do you mean?
Specifically 2000? Why specifically stop in 2000?
And also,
for a brief rest?
Surely implies that time travel is like a really long journey. I thought it was just like, bam, you're in.
If you need to stop for a quick rest,
it's not like a fucking drive up the motorway.
I don't think I want it anymore.
Is there a services there? Can you get a KFC with that brief rest? So he said the computer was needed to debug various legacy computer programs in 2036 in order to combat a known problem similar to Y2K called the year 2038 problem. All right.
Get a better name for a problem.
That's basically it. Opinions are divided on whether he was real. Some folks think he was the only real example of time travel we've ever seen, while others think it's just a hoax.
How is anyone divided on this?
It's obviously fake, right?
There is a very clear reason why this cannot be real.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Go on.
Right? Because it happened, and I can't stress this enough, on an online internet forum.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we've cracked it. We've cracked it.
So therefore, hitherto unknown.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say scientific.
Yeah.
Therefore, I can confirm it didn't fucking happen.
It's not a thing. Like,
sorry, mate.
Why would you trust? I mean, the name time travel _0. Anything he's saying, it's a forum. It's just so easy to fake, right?
Yeah. It's a forum for time travel. Can we have? Okay. Should we have one more? Should we have one more story?
Let's go through one more. And this is okay. This is Victor Goddard's Airfield Timeslip. All right.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fun place for a time.
Here we go. In 1935, Victor Goddard flew over what had been the RAF station Jourdain in Scotland on his way from Edinburgh to Andover, England. The Jourdain station is no longer in use, all right? After demobilisation efforts following the First World War, it had been mostly left to its own devices. And indeed, That's what Goddard said as he flew over it. Okay, he said he saw a largely abandoned airfield. Okay, well, cool, fun times. Why is this a story? Well, I'll tell you, mate. On his return trip, this is where things get pretty spooky.
It's always weirder on the way back.
It's always weirder on the way back, mate. Things got weird. He followed the same route he had on the way there, but during the flight, he got waylaid. I've never heard that word in my life. He got waylaid by a storm.
I think that is a word.
I get, yeah. It just means he just got fucked over by a storm, all right?
He got done rotten by a bit of weather.
He got done rotten. As he struggled to regain control of his plane, however, what's that? He spotted the Jourdain airfield through a break in the clouds. And when he got closer to it, the bad weather suddenly dissipated.
Right.
But the airfield wasn't abandoned. It was busy, with several planes on the runway and mechanics scurrying about.
Right.
Within seconds, though, the storm reappeared, and Goddard had to fight to keep his plane aloft again. He made it home just fine.
Did he?
Thank God. Yeah, thank God. And he went on to live another 50 years. But the incident stuck with him. And in 1975, he wrote a book called Flight Towards Reality, which included...
He wrote a book about
it, basically, a discussion about the whole thing. And here's the really weird bit.
Oh, I was waiting for it.
In 1939, all right, so 4 years after this happened, the Jourdain airfield was brought back to life. It became a working airfield again. Did Goddard see a peek into the airfield's future via a time slip back in 1935?
Sounds pretty likely.
I think it's the only logical answer here, you know?
Why are all of these stories?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all just like, wow.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of build-up, and then the character will just be like, and then I thought I saw something.
Yeah, and then it will be like,
and then it happened.
Yeah, and also
4 years later, it's like, it's very highly, like, what are the chances? Probably very high that an airfield came back into fucking working life, right? And you probably just saw a different airfield.
Maybe, and also it's just a bit like most of these stories are just like, here's something weird that happened. They don't mention what the person thinks about it, and then at the end they'll be like, did he peek into a time slip? And you're like, well, what? No, what? Give me more evidence, all right?
Yeah, you don't get to drop me on that at the end and then leave me with that, like, food for thought. It's not food for thought. It's an empty plate, mate.
Yeah, it's an empty plate. I at least wanted some chips, all right?
Absolutely.
And on that note, I think we finished the time segment here with a statement of, it's bullshit, right?
I'm gonna go and give you a very hard. It's definitely
a hard bullshit from me. There's no way.
Bullshit.
I haven't been convinced.
Nope.
I mean, it's just they're just weird stories, right?
It's just people just. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's people saying they've seen shit, and then something happens later down the line that somehow proves it, but it's not
exactly
at all. It's just something that's happened.
This is a